Crap.
What? Fuck.
I cast command.
What does command do?
Okay, I can use one word. It's a one-word command, and they have to make a wisdom saving throw. Or do what I tell them.
Vomit.
Yes,
Yeah.
literally.
Okay.
So they have to beat a DC of 14 wisdom. I'll say vomit.
16.
Ah,
that was really good. I'm coming up
Dang
behind
it.
her and I'm gonna try and get it out of her throat.
It's too late.
No.
She dead?
She swallowed this coin, and her eyes roll into the back of her head,
So she dies?
and gold starts to pour out of her mouth.
Fuck!
And it's just a river of it, and it covers her dress, and it covers her arms.
Don't
it seems
touch
to
it.
move of its own volition.
Ew.
And before your eyes, she is transformed into this golden living statue. But when she opens her eyes, they're silver. And they're very startling compared to this now entirely golden tiefling woman. And when she speaks, her voice is a bit lower. And she says, "You just had to keep asking, didn't you? And I need everybody to roll initiative."
Son of a bitch!
You're gonna get the pins.
That's why she asked if we wanted a break!
That is why she asked if we wanted to break.
Y'all.
15.
Not much higher than that. I think it's like a 14.
Dang it, I was
Oh, wait, we're
hoping,
on for
hoping
initiative.
vomit would work.
That would have been so sick.
That would
have
been
been
so
awesome.
fucking rad if that had worked.
Ugh.
That was really good. Alright, so now we know. Don't let
15.
anybody swallow shit.
Mm-hmm.
What are you?
15.
13.
Wow.
We need her
11.
alive.
Alright, I gotta get this. Swap.
She said you just had to keep asking.
Mm-hmm.
He writes down every single word.
I got your number.
Literally.
It's so hot in here that M&M's are slightly melted.
I know.
Alright, Safine, what did Safine get for initiative?
15.
15? Yeah. Okay. Alright, so she has initiative.
I was hoping to seduce her.
Wow.
Fight her.
Now,
How would you know
before
she's
the fight
queer?
starts,
I wouldn't.
Just a little bit of this.
Before the fight starts, a little bit of description of the room and everything. The room is empty, except for those 4 boxes, and there are no windows. There is only the door that you came through.
Dang it.
Tamsin, you feel that same pull that you felt before. You feel it towards Fionna. You see her glowing brighter than anything you've ever seen. So bright it almost hurts.
Tight. Okay.
Remember has been seeing beauty all over the place, in little things, in people. And she doesn't always see as much beauty in everything else. You know, she maybe saw someone as they were going down the street, like shove somebody out of the way and just saw this little flicker of darkness. And she can see and feel, not a tangible thing, not a real thing, but she can see that same darkness almost consuming Fionna. Except for at the very center, she sees a flicker of light. You don't see anything quite yet.
Ooh.
You don't feel anything quite yet.
Ooh,
I'll let you know when
I
you
have
do.
different powers.
Alright.
We're the Fantastic Force.
I the crystal jazz will always set the day.
I am
And
going to.
everything can
Let me get here, because I've never had to do this before.
That's why
Tamsin is so confused.
Cuts all
Alright.
of that out.
Angeron. She turns her attention to you, and she lifts her hands up, and towards you comes a ray of frost. 15?
No. I don't think. Hold on. I'm sorry, my stuff's like
That's
not
fine.
in front of me.
Didn't know we were going to be
That's
fighting.
either it or close to it. Yeah, that's it. So you take it.
Okay. Let me see here.
How big is this room again?
Fight
Mm-hmm.
How big is this room?
It's 20 by 20.
Okay. Then we just all walk through the door together. Okay.
6 points of cold damage.
Okay, I'm gonna.
What a perfectly timed seizure I had earlier.
1 second, I have a reaction.
Hey, this would be a super, super rad time to cast Sound of Truth, just saying.
But that's not gonna help. She's not gonna talk to us while she fights. We gotta beat the shit out of her until she's an inch of her life, and then I cast Zone of Truth.
Okay, never mind. So, I'll take it. 6 points of damage?
Mm-hmm.
Nice, okay.
Yo, I have a bonus action of attack?
Ingrad, it's your turn.
Some things are reactions, so I have a reaction that could potentially help me, like, buff, but that's okay. I'm going to roll down my HP real quick. Yeah, 6 points of damage. Hey, y'all, that was kind of a big hit for me.
6 points of damage was big for you?
Yeah.
How much?
I'm a wizard, I'm squishy! Okay, so I'm going to... cast... She did cold damage?
Mhm.
This concerns me.
Ray of
There's only
Frost.
one of her,
Oh,
and there's
okay.
4 of us. That's a bad sign.
I'm going to cast... hey, y'all. I used all of my first level spells earlier today.
Fuck.
Mm-hmm. Gotta cast Firebolt, which is a cantrip.
We really didn't anticipate this shit.
No,
I
we
do.
really didn't. We trusted you!
We all trusted you!
I have a
We were
bonus
all
action.
rooting for you, as Tyra Banks would say.
It's pretty good. Hold on.
Can I
Let me
borrow
figure out
your
my-
player's guide? Because I think I have a bonus attack bonus action.
That's
and I
a
didn't
19 to
realize.
hit.
That hits.
Okay, okay, and that's gonna do.
Good to know the God Paragon can be hit.
That's gonna do a D10 of damage. Let me grab a 10.
Wait, do you only have 12 HP?
I have 17.
Oh, that's not that
It's not great.
Great.
28.
bad. Oh.
You get a hit a
I'll
punch.
I'll
Very
two
racist.
points of damage.
How much?
2.
Okay. Alright, Sophine, it's your turn.
I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon. And I can just cast it, and then it's a natural one.
That's the
You've had a
worst.
hard day.
It's really hard, guys. I don't know what to do.
And you go to cast and attack with your spiritual weapon, but you somehow manage to fumble the spell or mangle it. There's just too much going on.
She's just so shiny, you guys. I can't see.
Alright. Remember.
Like, as soon as shit started to go bad, she was readying her weapons, but the, spark of light thing is very new. I am going to attack her non-lethally. Like, we're not anywhere near that, but every attack that she makes
Okay.
until the end is going to be non-lethal.
Okay.
Alright, so that attack is going to be a... Oh my god, I can't read. 16 to hit?
That hits.
Nice, good.
So 16 hits.
Oh shit, that's gonna be 3 points. No wait, hold on. 5 points of damage.
You're done.
And then for my bonus action, I would like to use strategic inspiration. So at 3rd level, you can inspire others in battle. To do so, use a bonus action on your turn to choose one creature other than yourself within 60 feet who can hear you.
That's weird.
That creature gains 1 strategic inspiration die, a d6. Once in the next 10 minutes, the creature can roll the die and add the number rolled to one attack roll it makes. The creature can wait until after it rolls a d20 before deciding to use the inspiration die, but must decide before the DM says whether or not the roll succeeds or fails. And she's gonna give that to Angerod. So it's going to be, come on, you've got this.
Okay. Tamsin, your turn.
Okay. Sorry.
You have a
Alright.
d6 that you can use at any point that you want to in order to buff your attack. But you
Sorry, I
can
was
wait
just trying
until
to
after
check
you
something
roll,
because
so
it says
you
I
use
have
you
a
to say before she
like
says
I
whether
can
or not
do a
it's
second
enemy.
attack as a bonus action, but I don't know if that's
So if you roll like a
accurate.
12, and
So
you
I was
want
just
bump
trying
it
to
up,
find, but I couldn't find it, so I'm gonna ignore that for now.
Okay.
I don't have very many big things right now.
but it's okay. We're gonna
Do you remember her to hit?
grab through this.
Yeah, remember him.
Okay.
With a 16.
Hey, real quick, it's totally cool if you tell me no on this because I didn't specifically ask for it. Can I say that I took a short rest in the tavern? Take.
Tamsin's gonna do an unarmed strike. 17.
Nice.
That hits.
9 points of damage.
Nice.
And he's gonna spend a key point
Okay.
to do flurry of blows, which is 2 unarmed strikes.
Okay.
The first one is 23.
That hits.
8 points of damage.
Okay.
And then the next one is only a 13.
No.
Okay. So he landed those 2 punches.
Okay. She whirls towards you as soon as your hands land and touch her. And she points her finger and roars. And go ahead and do a dexterity saving throw, please.
Advantage on that.
And as she points her finger and just shrieks, a circle of
Ooh.
fire just
So-
whirls up around you.
17.
Yes, that saves.
Nice.
But you do take... Where is it? This one. You're gonna go ahead and take 11 points of damage
What? What was the save for?
That's my thing.
to see if you took 22.
Was that an at-will
crap.
spell, or did she just like...
That was Hellish Rebuke. Hellish Rebuke can only be used once per long rest, and it's specifically used on whoever last attacked them. So what it is it's an automatic hit,
Okay.
but they have to do a dexterity saving throw.
To have it.
Mm-hmm. So and it can only be used on someone who last attacked her on her turn. So like Tamsin just hit her, and it's her turn. So
It goes right
Yeah.
back to him. Okay.
right,
I'm gonna
Ingra.
help you, bud. Sorry.
Okay. I'm gonna firebolt at her again. Natural fucking 20.
Yeah. That definitely hits.
Yeah. Okay, so it's
Ooh,
gonna
that
do,
means double.
Yep, it's gonna do 2d10 of damage.
Believe in you.
2d10? That's wild.
And 8 and a 6, so 14 points of damage.
No, isn't that double though?
That's double.
Oh,
It's 1d10
gotcha,
usually,
gotcha.
and it does 2.
Okay, I see.
Question for future reference.
Mhm.
With luck. Because you said I had that dexterity advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had advantage on my next 6 day from training. So I rolled twice. The first one was a 1 though. Would I re-roll that because I'm lucky?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so because it
Yeah.
was, if it's advantage, it's usually just you don't.
Yeah,
okay,
you don't-
That's what I
yeah.
thought. Alright. I just wanted to
Alright.
check for future reference.
And so your firebolts hit, and they are just fueled by, remember cheering you on, fueled by just whatever the hell is going on, and probably by this whispering, this maddening whispering that you're hearing at this point. It's just this huge plume of fire that just momentarily consumes her. And she staggers back, and briefly, very, very briefly, the silver that's in her eyes flickers away, and you can see terror in her face, and then it's back to that silver again.
Mind control.
Safine, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna try my freaking weapon again.
Okay.
18.
What hits?
Thank you. Okay, I'm going to just make a hammer.
Okay.
And I'm gonna also not try to murder her.
Okay.
So that is going to. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. I'm sorry. Hang on 1 second. Okay.
It's okay, the music's building suspense for you.
9 points of damage.
Okay.
Nice. Good job.
She is definitely staggering now. Like, she's having a hard time keeping her footing, but she still looks like she has murderous intent. Remember.
I'm going to. Yeah. Like it's not like we have any items or anything that can help with this right now. So I'm just gonna
She ingested a
hit her.
golden coin.
Non-lethal.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be a 10.
Does not hit.
Okay, figured not.
Yeah, you go forward, and that flicker of light that you see, like, at her core, it just distracts you long enough for her to, like, parry the weapon away. She just, like, smacks it away.
So for my second attack, hold on.
Wait, you got a second one?
I could use my action surge, which I think I'm gonna do. So
May I have a cherry, please? If there are any left.
Yes. I have not eaten the second layer yet.
yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and action surge.
Okay.
So I want to just like it fell off to one side, so she's just gonna flip the spear in her hands and go outside.
Okay.
That's a 24.
That hits.
Yeah.
Good.
Punch her.
That's gonna be 9 points of damage.
That does it. You hit her, and you hit her in the side, but you hit her at just the right angle that her face kind of contorts, and she coughs up this coin with a stone embedded at its center, and it goes tumbling across the room, and she immediately collapses. This gold that was clinging to her like some macabre gown just like sloughs away, and it's just this puddle of gold on the floor, and she's unconscious at your feet.
I'm gonna give her my potion of greater healing.
No. Let's
I'm sorry.
Wait, the coin is on the
fucking
floor?
Justify
Huh?
what
Coin's
I
on the
feel like
floor?
doing?
Yeah, the coin is on the
Are
floor.
we all hearing the whispers?
That's not the point.
No, you guys wouldn't. Anyone who hasn't handled the stones would
Okay.
not be hearing the whispers. But if you have handled the stones, you would be
Okay.
hearing whispering. Yeah.
Tamsin's gonna immediately go and close the cases.
What's in them as you do?
They're just
There's stones, but it's like a pile of
just
stones.
piles of raw
Yeah.
stones.
Yeah.
Saphine
Yeah,
is
I just
going
start closing those cases.
Yeah, I
full
got kind of
on
like.
medic this and just shove her finger down her throat to make her throw up
She
that
coughed
coin.
it up.
She did.
already did?
Yeah,
Yeah,
when
she said she
she
spat it
that's
on the
what
floor.
Oh,
Yeah, and
Don't
I'm
touch
sorry,
that
I missed
coin.
that.
Yeah,
I missed that.
it tumbled across the floor,
Great.
and it's just by the door, just sitting on the floor. And so you go ahead and you get this potion down her throat, and she kind of sputters around it, but she definitely comes to. And she kind of looks around at you all, and she just says, "I'm so sorry."
What the fuck did you think was going to happen?
Well, I don't know. When a god tells you to do something, you do it. And she's just kind of like laying on the floor.
And who is your god?
Mogul, you've been asking about him. Gods I heard everywhere. What is all of this on the floor?
How did you know that we were asking about Mogul?
Because he told me.
You said Mogul is your god.
Yes.
Everybody that we have spoken with said he was a
Please,
merchant.
Just give me a moment. And she like kind of shoves away. She like shoves away from you all, and just to like get some space to herself. And she's just like
There's no exit
No,
spell
I'm
besides-
not.
No, it's just the
I'm
door.
not letting her shove away from me at this point.
I'm going to cast Zone of Truth also.
Okay.
Also-
And what does it have to be? A
Really
wisdom?
quickly,
Um,
every time we have an NPC that we're possibly interrogating, remember physically in between the rest of the party and the NPC and like
Alright.
a human shield.
Charisma.
Charisma?
Yeah, 14.
10.
Yeah!
that's what we
okay,
needed.
it lasts
Yes.
for 10 minutes, and
Okay.
technically everyone is under this now because we're all in the same radius.
Good.
Excellent.
Alright.
Where
It's a circle?
it's a 15-foot radius.
Oh, okay.
Where is your god?
I don't know. He came to speak with me maybe an hour ago.
An hour ago. This.
Yes?
Does he appear to you in person or through
Not
a vessel?
often, not always. He gave me the coin and said to take care of you all.
Well, that was a mistake on his part. And remember, like, hands over a water skin and some, like,
What are you
crumbs
doing?
from a meal that they had earlier. She was like, "You're pale, you need to eat this."
Thank
This
you.
is
So,
why-
to clarify, you said the coin had one of the stones
it's
on it,
embedded in it
embedded in the coin? Okay.
Why did
so
you
he's
start
definitely
following
connected with the chips.
because he offered me power and prestige.
Ugh. So simple.
Yes. Do you have a problem with simple reasons for things?
Well, you just tried to murder us for those reasons, so a little bit.
We wouldn't be having this conversation if you had died.
Well, we wouldn't have.
That would
I
never
can
have
promise
happened
you
to them.
that.
Listen,
What's-
they're a little touchy when people try to murder us. Faith is important, belief is important. Why are you doing this? Why are you really doing this? It's not power, it's not prestige.
He offered me more money than anyone has seen in the entirety of the universe.
And yet here you are.
Has he
Doing
offered that?
better than anyone in this God's forsaken city.
What is
And-
he working towards?
I don't know. I'm not subject to that sort of information.
What else has he told you to do?
To get the other craftsmen on my side.
Mm.
So far, I've only gotten this simple-minded other jewelers.
Does he have a temple here?
It's not a temple exactly, it's a mint.
Yes, God. We burned the mint down.
The Merchant's Guild.
You didn't hear me say that.
I did hear you say that.
Damn it, this thing works really well.
Yes, the Mint and Merchants Guild. I suppose I'm going to be imprisoned for this. Or killed.
Most likely.
You will not be killed.
We
Who
can
do
kill
you
you.
have? Who exactly do you have following him in this city?
I hardly know if they realize that they're following him. Most people are so simple-minded. Porgos and Wilcom were very easy to sway.
Okay. Now, is he actually queer, or was his wife legit?
He can be queer and have a wife.
I know, but Sabine is very simple when it comes to things, okay?
Porgos and Wilcom loved their wife very much.
Their wife.
It's the best outcome.
Excuse me?
That's amazing.
Enough about other people's personal
No, wait,
lives.
I was so invested.
No. Finish that question. Who else? Who else does he have in this city?
He probably has more people than I know.
But who is
I
aware
see.
of his nature? Who would fight for him if called?
Hold on 1 second real
I
quick.
think the term's polyamorous. You're only polygamous if you're Mormon.
Wait, I thought as if you're married to multiple people. Polygamous is when you're married to multiple people.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, you're right. Good job.
Alright.
Sabine's like, I read books.
I hardly know if there's anyone else. If there are, then I'm not aware of them.
Wait, why don't they live together then?
How do you break the stone?
Because she's dead.
No, but they could still
I
live
haven't
together.
been told.
I don't know.
Why aren't the men
And
both
yet we
living
found
together?
broken stones in Wilcom's.
Then
Is
ask
Wilcom not
Wilcom.
trusted
this
them?
whole plot.
If Wilcom is more trusted than I am, then why are you here slaughtering me?
Ugh,
You
you're not even
slaughtered us
dead
first?
yet.
No one's dead.
Listen,
Everyone is fine, and I'm going to be imprisoned or hanged or exiled.
What have you been
By
instructed
your
to do with
God.
the stones?
No, she
Spread
means by
them.
us.
I'm supposed to spread them to anyone and everyone.
Like the crabs you have.
Alright, you're not allowed to use
Why?
truth anymore. This was a bad.
Why does
bad
Mogul
rule.
want you to spread them?
More people who believe in him, well, they believe less in the other gods.
And the stones make them believe in him.
They consume people, as far as I'm aware.
Do they consume you?
I make it a point not to wear them.
Never get high off your own supply, am I right?
Exactly.
So
I
truth
love
speed is
D&D.
good.
And at this point, she has, like, managed to get herself to her feet, and she's trying to, like, straighten her
Like,
clothes.
no.
And she definitely looks battered. She definitely, like, her clothes are, like, burned away a little bit. And she's, like, brushing at the,
asswards.
like, charred edges of them.
Who's the distributor, the main distributor of whatever these, what are those called?
Sparkling sex, right?
The Segmite.
Any traveling merchant who will take them.
Where do they come from?
The mines.
Which mines?
Any mines that have dirt.
Me?
So is it something that he has created?
As far as I understand, yes.
And they are spread, if you are to understand correctly, throughout the entire world.
That is his hope.
How do you destroy them?
Holy fire.
Well, shit. Cleric.
If only we had a holy person
Damn
to make
it.
fire. Not me.
Note taking.
Have you
Is
ever
Mogul-
wanted to meet the Raven Queen?
The who?
Perfect. Never mind.
And she's starting to look like she's ready to run, like readying to run.
You're gonna just
I'm
like,
still
blocking
like
the
right
door.
up on her.
Yeah.
There's
I
only
was
one
saying.
door.
I'm gonna put my hands
Um,
in front of the door. Like that's gonna do anything.
I have rope in my pack. I'm taking my rope out, and I'm gonna start tying her wrists.
Remember,
and her
stops
ankles.
you. Remember,
What
takes the
are
rope from you.
you doing?
Roll against her to take it then.
Oh shit.
What am I rolling?
I think that would be Dex.
Come on, Angel.
Versus strength, or
Dex versus Dex, probably, because you're trying to take it from her before she can do anything with it. Oh, it's by your foot.
Oh, yep.
16, 14.
I'm gonna
Oh.
physically pick up anger out of her.
No, you lost your fucking roll.
I was about to say.
And
I shove Anger out off. I'm still
you-
tying her up. Her wrists are together now, and I'm going to tie her ankles with just enough leeway that she can shuffle and tie her wrists to her ankles.
Bunny hop.
let me go. You have no right to do this.
You
We are here under the
murdering
command of
us.
the Lord Commander.
No one will believe you.
And who will believe you?
Everyone. I'm established here. You're strangers.
In a city where we have become renowned?
Hardly renowned. The only reason I even know about you is because my god had to tell me.
We should murder her.
Well, if your god knows us, then we must be pretty special.
Hardly.
Enough.
And she's like pulling at the ropes now. She's
Interesting.
glaring at all of you.
So, this is bothering her. She's never had a reason not to kill somebody who's trying to kill her before. This has not happened to remember before.
And Zone of Truth ends.
Oh,
Damn
we
it!
had it. Perfect.
I
Right
could
on
cast
time.
it again though.
We had. I don't know what else to ask her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We might take
I'm
her.
giving an impassioned speech here. Excuse me. You can slow the fuck down.
Yeah, I don't have any other questions that I could think of.
Honestly, we could take her to the Lord Commander and cast it there if he has questions.
Alright, so you're saying,
Continue
remember.
your speech, and then we will drag her ass to the Lord Commander.
I want to pick her up and take her outside.
Remember.
She
She
needs a wife.
I'm in town for a while.
she is screaming and trying to like hit your back.
Yeah, that's
And
fine.
you very easily
No.
Orchard.
Remember, you do not take her outside. We need to do this quietly.
We're a team, dang it.
I'm like kind of walking in front of her, like hands on her
I was
chest.
gonna say, literally, my hands are. I already said this. I'm not gonna be able to do anything, but my hands are literally in front of the door in a T formation.
Put me down, you brutish person. Put me down.
She's
Listen.
kind of cute, though.
I appreciate this. Remember this for later. Put a pin in this energy. Bring it back later.
No, but I'm like, we're a team. You can't do this. We're a team.
Remember, we have to take her to the Lord Commander. You said it yourself, the Lord Commander. The Commander has to know what is going on, and we have someone who has more information than we've had previously.
Also,
I
she
think
took
it's incredibly
murderous.
dangerous that she now knows that we're working with the Lord Commander, and I don't think she needs to be in the
Please,
same room with
just
him.
let me go, and I'll give you the journal. I'll give you the journal if you let me go, and just the Lord Commander will have me killed.
How
You'll
about you
give us the journal anyways.
and we won't kill you.
Fuck, let me go! And her tail is like lashing.
I'm just gonna start picking through your stuff.
Okay. Like, not necessarily, like, gently. Remember's very frustrated right now because she should die. She attacked them. She should die. And also she's serving a corrupt god, so she should die. But remember can't kill her now. And remember can't let harm come to her now because she was marked. So,
Tamsin, how fast could you get to Una and bring her here?
That fits in with me.
No.
Not that it really helps.
Where's my doggo?
Where are we?
You're at the Lightsmend.
Quietly.
How long would it take me?
It would take
Only like
It would take you probably 15 minutes to get to run there, get Una, and then like get back. But when you say quietly, you've had fireballs like exploding in a house. You have
but there's no windows.
he only
there's
fire
not,
department.
but there's like small explosions going off in the Lightsmend. There's
Excuse me.
yelling and shouting going on in the Lightsmend.
Sophia's like, shit,
Can
what's
I-
the military word for team?
Okay, before we move forward, remember has like put her back down on the floor because she knows that she's not gonna like fight her way out of here. I want to roll an intimidation check
Okay.
so she's subdued and understands I hold your life.
Yep.
You're gonna do what the fuck we say, and I'm not gonna let them do anything to you.
Go for it.
Jesus H Christ, natural one.
H?
H.
Natural one. So I think does a nat 1 versus a nat 1 do they both fail? Like, how does that work?
Just like, you're gonna listen to me. I don't have to.
I think it might be like a stalemate.
Or do
They
we
just look at each
re-roll
other
if
really
we tie?
intensely.
Like it's the same as before.
Yeah, it'd just be even, right? They just look at each other.
She definitely has stopped screaming because you put her down, but there's no yes, hi, I'll listen to you and do exactly what you say in her face.
Can I just poke around? I'm like, so there's a journal somewhere. I'm gonna just like start looking around.
Go ahead and start rolling perception.
I'm gonna
So-
kneel down next to her and take
Okay.
a dagger out of my belt.
Okay.
I'm not putting it right up to her neck. Like, fucking calm down.
There's a 5-foot radius. There is a neat shield.
Ew.
You're not.
Deal with it.
I'm taking my dagger out, kneeling down next to her, making my presence known.
Okay.
You have seen what we can do. You know who we are. You will do this quietly. You will cooperate, or your life is mine.
My life is already out of your hands. I've failed him. You really think that he'd let me live?
That's rough, buddy. I rolled a 22. Can I be like holding like that's rough, buddy?
You would have definitely seen that there wasn't anything to find in this room. There were like the 4 boxes, but going back downstairs into her very just beautiful store, you definitely would have found a journal, and in it has plans, and it has exactly what
I'm not
is
gonna
going
read
where,
any of those.
exactly like what is coming from here.
I'm going to open it and I'm just going to pinpoint just a random pin. Dear Diary, and I'm just gonna make up the stupidest story just to be obnoxious.
And she's just like, are you fucking kidding me?
I'm
What can I
gonna
say?
get to where I can see a window. I'm like gonna walk out of the room, get to where I can see a window. Are there betrayers outside? Like, have they gotten there yet?
You do see, you would have gone to go get Una, right? You said that you went to go get her?
Did you go or?
No, we didn't decide.
Yeah, we didn't decide. I was gonna have a betrayer do it.
Because there would
Okay.
definitely
You
be,
don't betray
there
me.
would definitely be a betrayer
Yeah, that would
coming,
definitely.
and he knocks at the door.
I'm going to open it.
Hello, you're not Miss Fionna.
I am not. There has been a situation that is bigger than you might conceive of.
And he starts to, like, withdraw his sword. Can I ask you to step outside of this house, please?
Yes. I'm gonna step outside. Did we get, like, a letter from Una or anything?
Technically, we would still have
Like
that
a seal.
one from the Lord Commander that we posted up to Lydia and was like,
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna take that out of my bag. And
Just wait here, please. And so you guys see a betrayer.
they walk in on
No,
me.
no, no, no,
like,
no.
"Dear Jenna."
I'm not like stepping out of the doorway, letting him in. I'm stepping out to him, pulling this out of my bag. I am here under the authorization of the Lord Commander himself. There is a situation that is incredibly dangerous inside of this house, and I need you to go and inform Una.
My job is to make sure that everyone who lives here is safe.
She is as safe as she can be when she is a traitor to the crown.
And he just kind of like he doesn't touch the letter at all. He just turns and he lights a torch.
Can I insight check? Make sure
As if
this
it
guy
does, he
checks
have
out?
Yeah.
gems on.
That's a 15 naturally.
No,
plus
he's doing his job from what you can see. And so he lights a torch and he kind of like waves it back and forth, and you see another pair of betrayers come up, and he's like, go into the house, make sure that everyone is safe. I'm going to go speak with Miss
It is
Una.
not safe for anyone to go into the house except for us. I promise you, if you bring her back here, I will stay here with you the whole time.
Roll persuasion.
This better be a good roll, dog.
You can do it.
Again, another 15 naturally.
Nope.
Hold on. I have
You
a
said-
bonus. I have a fucking bonus.
Oh, okay.
Persuasion,
Mm-hmm.
20.
Yay.
All right. You managed to persuade him.
Thanks.
So he
chair.
glances over and he's like, all right, bring everyone out of the house then. I'm going to go get Miss Una. And he
We're doing
he
here,
like
dude.
goes off, and the other two betrayers are standing there, and they take up a post, and you can see that people are starting to like
Gosh,
notice.
dang it, this is not what we wanted.
Does anybody got any teleporting skills?
You know, that would be really cool, but no.
I mean, okay, because here's the thing. Like, I want to get her to Una and, like, have her questioned by someone other than us to see if there's any other questions that we forgot. And I want her persecuted.
I'm very, very tempted to just cast.
Prosecuted.
That.
No. Persecuted. Zone of truth on everybody. I'm like, I'm cheating on my wife. I don't really pay for bread. I'm so tempted right now.
All right.
Oh, I have to wait though. She's waiting.
Thompson's still in the house, right?
Yeah, everybody else is still inside.
Okay.
Unless you guys come down.
So the betrayers are now standing guard, and you have a couple people who are like, is everything all right? Like, they're not even caring. They're just like nosy, and they're like, be on your way. And so now there's a bit of
Savina's
a
still pretending to read this fake journal.
Yes,
Like, she's
please,
reading it for
Yeah.
real, but she's like, Dear Journal, I'm in love with Wilcom, even though I know he has a husband.
and she's just sitting there. She's not even saying anything at this point.
I'm gonna kind of lean back into the house. Tamzin, do you want to go through everything down in the store, make sure everything checks out?
And the betrayers kind of look at each other, and they're like, and they're like, no, just let it be. And-
go through.
Everything in the store and the house, and make sure everything is fine.
And so,
See if you
what's
find
up
any
with
more
that, Sophia?
stones.
You seem
Oh,
to be
my
good at finding things.
bleeding.
You're
So,
very good at finding.
you
She's
guys-
gonna tuck that soup steep in whatever she's got going on.
Investigation check.
what are you investigating
We're
for?
just looking around the
Okay.
rest of the place inside.
While you're doing that, the betrayer has gone off. You're standing outside.
Yeah.
There's a group coming on.
13.
Fiona is sitting in just absolute silence, bound at the center of this upstairs room. And what did you roll?
13.
13. You don't see anything that stands out. You see a pair of earrings that are those blue stones, but you find them within like a small lead-lined wooden box that looked like they were probably like meant for someone, but that's about it.
Okay.
I only got a 14.
About the same. You really don't.
As
find
I'm like
anything.
looking around, I'm like, hey Fiona, you ever think about how Mogul's gonna kill you since he's such an unjust god? Like, do you think that you'll drown in gold? Because that wouldn't be too bad, I guess. And then she's just like picking through stuff.
And she's just like, I hope it's quickly. That's all I can hope at this point.
I don't think that'll happen.
Well, I think maybe if we just keep you around and Mogul's gonna kill you, he'll show up eventually and then we can confront him.
Or maybe you live.
And-
no one knows.
And she just kind of bows her head and just stops talking. And so finally,
I'm gonna really quickly lean over to one of the betrayers that's next to me. Do you know, is there anyone who is in this town that is capable of producing large amounts of holy fire?
no, I don't think so. And they kind of
Oh, I have
Are
Sacred
you
Flame.
capable of producing holy fire?
Sacred Flame, I do. It's a cantrip. Let's
Thank
go.
God.
Let's go.
I try it as a practice and open those chests.
Wait, there's the earrings.
Yeah,
Well,
probably
that's
do it on the, well,
it's not
the
fun, guys.
chests are evidence.
not-
So probably do it on
We
the
go to
earrings
the Lord
first.
Commander's house and I blow up that weird
While we're
dungeon
here,
he
you
has.
can test on the earrings.
Fiona, would you wear these earrings for me?
Oh gosh, no.
no, I don't wear those.
Dang it. I was hoping you'd say yes.
And
Just
so
try it.
you guys are doing that. You see the betrayer coming back with Una.
Okay.
And Una is dressed very formally, actually. It looks like she
Sorry.
was probably like either having like some sort of like fancy dinner or she was like holding some kind of court. And so she comes up and she bows to the betrayers and she's, Angerod, what's going on?
Una, I need you to come inside.
Very well.
Doesn't question it. Okay.
Should the betrayers remain or...
It is probably smart to have them outside of the door, but it is most likely not safe for them to come inside.
Keep your positions here. And she ducks her antlers as she comes in after you.
Okay, before they come upstairs,
Mm-hmm.
while everybody's like prancing around and doing their shit,
Yeah.
remember gets down to look her in the eyes and says, "You need to know this. I don't care what you do with it. You can be redeemed. There is something inside of you that craves light still, and you are not the one who has to put it out."
And she, like, for the briefest moment, she looks absolutely devastated. And then she manages to, like, recompose
That's
herself.
poetic.
And she just kind of looks away.
And then remember gets up and walks away.
Ugh.
Alright, so Una comes in and she
Please
sees...
have her coming in right as I'm sacred flaming these stupid earrings.
Is that what you'd like?
Yes, I want that to happen.
Alright, so you go ahead and did you take them out of the box? Are they in the box? Like,
No, I'm gonna take them out. I'm gonna like, gingerly like take a cloth and pull them out on her floor somewhere.
Okay.
And I'm like, whoops.
So you go ahead and Una steps in to see you casting a sacred flame over what looks like just a pair of earrings. But these earrings suddenly blaze with black fire.
Perfect. Don't breathe this in.
And there's no smoke.
Ooh.
There's just this black fire, and everyone in the house can hear anguished screeching.
Ooh. Well, I hope there's not people in these gyms.
And then
Messed up.
suddenly the gems are just gone. There's no ashes.
Cool.
There's no anything. They're just
Oh.
gone. But the clasps that were holding the earrings are still there.
Am
And
I?
Una steps up and she goes, "What was that?
We solved the case.
Lovely? What was that?
Sacred flame. It's a cantrip.
Why is it dangerous for people to come inside this house?"
I'm just gonna open the chest so she can see.
Well,
Oh, wait,
she's
okay,
still
that's-
down
that's-
in the
that's
downstairs
downstairs.
area.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well,
we-
then she wouldn't have been
just
talking
them.
to Sabine.
Did you? Oh, that's right. You came upstairs.
Yeah, she went upstairs.
Okay, yeah,
So-
never mind. Yeah, so she
Open
comes
the
up
chest.
and she kind of looks them all over and she's like, "How many are there?" And she's
Much
like,
more than this.
"There's like dozens in each box." And she looks back to Fionna and she's like, "Well, I guess that fixes that, then. We'll have her taken to the Lord Commander and
Fionna,
dealt
this
with.
is much larger. Una, this is much larger than Fionna.
How much larger?
God, larger.
I was afraid of that. Alright. We'll get the betrayers to take her to the Lord Commander, and then we will have an audience with him and figure out what we're doing.
Una, respectfully, I think that we should be the ones to take her.
I was about to say, I believe we should escort her. It could be very dangerous.
That's...
And she is due punishment from her God, and if it comes to her, I want to be there.
Has anybody checked on the coin on the floor so it's not just hanging out?
You're right.
Can I take the lead box that the earrings were in
Ooh.
and drop
Just
it
like
in?
shimmy it in there.
Yeah, you can do that.
Like with a cloth, make sure I'm not
Yeah.
touching it.
Oh.
Alright.
Slap the box closed. This will be important.
And she just takes it. Very well. I was considering this before when I saw that little device that you had. And she like reaches up and snaps off a couple tines of her antlers, and she hands them to each of you.
Are the boxes still open?
She
Probably
had
closed
Okay.
them.
yeah, she had like opened it to show her.
I was just
that
gonna
was
say,
it.
I didn't know if like those who were hearing voices stopped hearing them.
Yeah. So
I know
you
we're
now
all-
have you each now have a hush hush.
Yeah. Aww.
Hush up, voices.
This should help you. I can probably have someone make it look a bit nicer than just a stick, but that's what I can offer you is protection from these apparently.
Oh no, this is more than we could have.
Please, this is a lot to take in. Can you take her and we'll get to the Lord Commander.
Sophine's gonna like shove it into one of her braids it into her hair.
Would it be useful, as we don't want to cause like a stir? Could we? I don't know if it's like what the spell would technically be used for, but would using Pass Without Trace allow us to take her and escort her out of the area without like people like seeing
If there's
and
a
causing a
back door,
fuss?
we might be able to get out. We'd still have to roll stealth, but it would give us like a major advantage
Plus
to our
10,
stealth.
right?
Yeah.
Well, people are already knowing that there's something going on.
Right, so that was why I was like, I didn't know if it would
like-
help us get out
like you
without it
could-
drawing more
you-
attention.
You could use it, but people are already going to be asking questions. They're already going to be like, honestly, right now it's just the betrayers are just keeping things, like keeping a peace as much as they can.
I feel like going out the back stealthily would be the best. So it'll draw
There's
the
no
least amount of
back.
attention.
Is there a back door?
There's a back door, but you would have to go like around a bunch of the buildings.
I mean, that's kind of fine.
Sophine's gonna ask. Excuse me. Una, what would you say the opposite of money or commerce is?
I don't know. I've never thought about it.
I think it might be nature.
That's a nice thought. Right. So, what are we doing with her? And she
What
kind
do
of
you
gestures to
typically do
Fionna.
with traitors?
Well, we lock them up until we decide whether we're going to execute them or not.
Do you have a room made of lead?
She'll probably be dead tonight. Sorry for
A room made of lead? No.
We
Well,
do have a room made of lead.
that. Yeah.
The king does, but we don't want to put her in that room with all those.
Oh, we sacred flame it a couple times. That'll be fine. It's like clearing bed bugs.
I think at this point we just need to get her to the king. To the
Lord Commander.
Yeah,
So,
Lord Commander, not
You
king.
guys go ahead and you manage to get her out the back door where there really hasn't been a bunch of people assembled. Do you use Pass Without a Trace?
As
Does
we
it
use
use does it work only
mean-
on one of you or does it
No,
how does
it's
that
a
work?
huge space. Let me read it real quick. I don't
I think
remember.
it's like
off
a
the top of my
radius. It's like a
Yeah.
60-foot radius or something like that.
head. I have it here. Oh wait, I don't. I just have that written down.
I think it is 60 feet though,
Sorry, I didn't have it pulled up.
and it's like up to 6 people.
So I think it's however many
You can fit in the radius,
in the
yeah.
radius.
Yeah, I think it's just anybody in that radius.
Well, shoot, if you had a big old party, you could get going.
Hey, I have the blue
Veil.
gems.
Oh, sorry.
You're good. I have the blue gems listed as soul stones in my inventory. Just to
Throw that out
throw
there.
that back out there. Yeah.
Oh no, we murdered people!
What's new?
Hey, we haven't murdered
Did
that
you,
many
though?
people.
Wait, what?
I don't like that.
Alright, so, Veil of Shadows and Silence radiates from you, masking you and your companions from detection. For the duration, each creature you choose within 30 feet of you, including you, has a plus 10 bonus to stealth checks, dexterity checks, and can't be tracked except by magic means. A creature that receives this bonus leaves behind no tracks or other traces of its passage.
2 plus 2.
Okay.
So I can cast it 30 feet within and everybody, so we'll all be, close to within, everybody will be within there and everybody that's next to
Do
me.
we
And I have an hour duration, which should be plenty of time to get back to the...
That would make it so that you're not seen.
Oh, and I got a natty 20.
Nice. You're so invisible you can't see
Alright,
your own
so
hands.
I got to... So, me doing that though, I'm using up my key points.
Okay. So you guys go ahead and
It takes 2 to cast that.
You take Fionna back to the Great Hall where the Lord Commander is, and Una brings her up to the room. The Lord Commander is very quickly briefed on exactly what's happened, as much as Una is aware, and Fionna is brought to that room, and when he first opens the door to it, she starts almost like writhing and trying to like get away from it. Do you go ahead and just Sacred Flame all of it?
Can I make what can help? An Arcana check on, like, to see if I can figure out if souls
Yeah.
are actually attached to this or not?
Yeah, absolutely.
Could I assist in any?
14.
There aren't any souls attached to these.
Oh, great! I'm going to
Destroy them.
destroy them.
Okay.
So everybody hold your hush hush.
Oh, yeah,
So
do that.
you go ahead and you step into the doorway, and the minute that you call up Sacred Flame, like, obviously you felt your power when you were using it on just the earrings, but something about using it on this many at once, you feel this surge of power that was very similar to what you felt when you died. And just this whole
Avatar state.
room goes up in black flame. And then it's just empty. And there's just lead-lined walls, floor, and ceiling. And Una glances at it and she says, "That's very interesting." And then she shoves Fionna in and she
Like,
shuts the door.
Your room has been cleaned, madam.
And that is where we will pause for tonight.
Yay!
Wow.
We did so many
We got
things!
such stuff